Do you hear it? The sound of money.
It looks like you could put a Austin Mini into one of these washing machines. You can probably put like 100 dirty baby poo diapers in there. And we've got a fleet of 2 trucks. Now one person has to go out and pick up all the dirty diapers.
Right.
And then you bring them here.
Wait a second, why do you say you?
Oh, I was making a presumption. You know, when you're in the baby diaper business, people are just glad you pick up the shit.
I know, because no one wants their shit
hanging
hanging around.
I would say, look, you want me to take the shit?
No.
You don't want me to take the shit.
Well, hear that? The transformers and stuff.
I think they're connected to the coffee maker.
Oh, right. I put some coffee on this one.
Oh, that's the coffee machine.
Okay.
It's industrial.
Right,
There
it's
used to be
big.
50 employees
Yeah.
there. I've been reading up on this business. First baby diaper business was back in 1820. There was this guy, his name was Sir Henry. Yeah, he became obsessed with the proper disposal of excrement. Because he got his ship sank and he was stranded on this Polynesian island. He thought he was in paradise.
Right.
And here the babies would just, mothers would wipe their bum with a leaf, and they didn't have to worry about it.
No, they just threw it into the ocean.
Yeah, they just threw it in the ocean, and then when he went back to his town in the Ukraine, I think, somewhere, he wanted to make sure that his town free of baby shit, because there was a lot of babies going on, and they used to just take the diapers and throw them in the dump. And there was a big pile, a mountain, of festering, steaming baby shit.
How did he get this? How was it? Was he knighted then?
Well, he knighted himself. He called himself Sir Henry, and people took him to task on it. But he said, "Listen, my first name's Sir, and my last name's Henry."
So why did he knight himself?
He had low self-esteem.
Yeah. Was he despondent? Did he get despondent because
he was
of his
often
low
despondent.
self-esteem?
Yeah, when he had a huge drum that was made out of an old Ferris wheel or something he bought, and he attached it to a water mill so that it was constantly turning. And then he would throw the diapers into.
Didn't he get a giant magnifying glass to heat up the water, like Archimedes?
Yeah, he did. He had this big sheet of glass that he had removed from the city hall.
Right.
People weren't too pleased. Yeah, and everything was going well until it all burst into flames.
Oh, that was embarrassing. That's basically what started the war between Ukraine and Russia.
That it's little known that he was the cause of that conflict, and he was charged with arson. I think he was going bankrupt, and he just decided to call it an accident.
Right.
And actually, that's when he called himself Sir Henry, because he was feeling despondent and he had low self-esteem. And but that's just a short history of one of the first baby shit cleaners. And then there was the guy who used to just collect the baby shit.
Oh yeah, wouldn't he roll it like a dung beetle?
Because this was back in medieval times.
Right.
So he didn't have a vehicle like a truck, and he didn't have plastic bags.
Right.
So yeah, he would start with one, and then he'd wrap the next one. He was called the Dung Man. And he was huge. This guy was enormous. He was one of the biggest people in town. And he could push a baby shit ball hundreds of meters. Unfortunately, he would just push them to his house, and then no one could disassemble it. And he got all these people, he said, 3 jobs, because everyone was unemployed.
They didn't stimulate the economy with government spending, right?
No.
So no one had a job.
And when the crops were picked and stuff, and people, they thought, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And then he said, I've got a great idea.
Right.
I'll collect the baby shit diapers.
He was the first Keynesian economist.
As funny as his first name was Bung. So he was Bung Dung Enterprises, and he would push this huge ball. His house, his location was up on a hill.
Yeah.
And
well, that's careful because the thing starts rolling down.
Well,
the good thing it's got a high coefficient of friction in shitballs, right?
Well, yeah,
it's easy for them to stop.
But first, he went up there and he had a few dung balls up there, and he said 3 jobs, and people went up. It was very difficult to disassemble once they were all compact.
I'm not even clear on the concept of disassembling a ball of shit.
Well,
because it's basically a paste, right? It's not like different parts fit into each other.
Baby diapers, right? In the medieval times, they used burlap.
Oh, right.
And so they just take it and they pack it all in. However, he did become a hero inadvertently.
Yeah.
Because the town was getting invaded by renegade. They just came in because it's medieval times.
Yeah.
And they were coming up the street, and so he pushed the dung balls down the road, and they actually. There was like 50 guys in armor and spears, and it just packed them all in, and then continued rolling on, and then everyone was really happy, but then it rolled into the church and wrecked the steeple.
Well, those people became peat moss, didn't they?
They're now found as peat moss. People wonder how they're so wonderfully preserved.
Right.
And it's because they got all compressed in between the burlap and baby shit.
But they're smaller, short little guys now.
At first, they thought they were 7 feet tall, but they
Right.
weren't.
No, well,
They
because
were
when
only
you
4 feet tall.
Right.
They were just flattened out.
Right,
and,
right.
and because of the curvature of the ball,
Right.
it elongated them.
Flat
They were
out.
two-dimensional. And so Bung Dung, he also became despondent because then all his employees didn't have any jobs, and he'd been
Right.
promising all these jobs. Yeah, so not much was heard from him after that. Bung Dung, he went into the forest, and that was the last they heard of him. 15 years later, he emerged at the Battle of Wallops, and he had developed it into an artillery weapon, the dung bung.
The dung bung.
They would catapult these dung bung balls.
Right. And they were compact.
And it would explode into like 10 times its previous weight. And especially if it started to rain, it would expand like a compact sponge or something. It would absorb all the moisture. And so this was great for castle sieges.
Right.
And they kept throwing in the dung bung. They would just keep lobbing them into the castle until they filled it right up to the top. And then they'd leave. And then later they'd come in and just excavate the castle.
Right.
And everyone's gone because they've all become part of the dung.
Part of the ecosystem.
Yeah, part of the ecosystem.
Part of the
it's a
carbon
long
cycle.
process.
Yeah.
I mean, it took like 100 years before you could go back and dig it back out.
So it wouldn't be you, it would be your
generation.
Your descendants.
It was his legacy.
Right.
He would say that it's for the people of the future.
Isn't there a plaque of him to that effect? Didn't he have a middle name?
Urine?
Urine. Dung, urine, bung. No, sorry, bung, urine, dung.
Dung, urine, bung.
BYD. People don't usually say the urine part because it doesn't really
Because in
fit.
those days it didn't mean piss.
No.
In those days it meant flowery aroma. And it was urine. It's an old word.
It's an old Norse word.
Now it looks like urine. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not really.
It's not. It's a different word.
It didn't have an e on it. So it was, and it started with a
Y.
Yeah, it was Y-O-U-R-U-R-U-N. So
Y-O-U.
urine.
Urine.
You run.
You run.
Middle name was You Run because his father would say, "Son, go get me a beer. You run," and he would run.
Right.
And his father wasn't a very nice man, and he was a raging alcoholic. And as soon as he saw his son, he would just say, "You run," and he knew that meant he had to run to the bar and get some more booze. So every time he spoke to his son, when he said, "You run," so Dung, You Run, Bung. It developed the Bung Dungs.
Right. The Bung Dungs.
The Bung Dungs. And his middle name was You Run, but then people started saying
It's
You
too
Run.
much.
But it's
Urine, yeah.
But that was just to poke
fun at him,
because he was always dealing in shit. And so they figured his middle name would be Piss. But his middle name had nothing to do with piss. It had to do with him going to have to get a beer for his raging alcoholic father.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the same old story, right?
History gets rewritten by the winners. I don't know if the winner was there, but it's good to know about our history of our business.
Because we're probably gonna have tours, right? People are gonna ask that question.
We should have tours, just like the breweries.
Right.
There's breweries down the street. They have tours all
But
the time.
they give beer.
Well, at the end, what should we give? I know, a little dung bung with an acorn in it.
A bung dung. No, you gotta get it right. It's not a dung bung. It's a bung dung.
Oh yeah, the
The
bung
guy's
dung.
name was Bung Dung.
His name was.
The thing is a dung.
His name was Dung Bong.
No, his name was Bung Dung.
Dung.
The thing is a dung, and it's his style of dung.
Yeah.
Dung. So it's
the
a bung dung.
The dung bong.
No, bung the bung dung. Bung is the adjective.
Oh, the bung.
And dung is the noun, right?
Yeah.
So the bung
It's hard
model.
to keep track of.
I don't find it that hard at all. It's just alphabetical.
Okay, so at the end of the tour, like, we give them a little
Bung
a bung dung.
Yeah.
And it has, say, tree seed in it.
Right.
And you take that dung bung.
Right.
The bung dung.
The bung dung.
And you
People are going to get pissed off if you don't get it right. They're going to say, "What the hell is going on with this place?"
Yeah, they think we won't know. They think we're trying to rip them
yeah.
off. Well, how do you rip someone off if either the diaper's clean or it's not? Well, I'm pretty exhausted.
You want to go get lunch?
We're going to go get some food,
right.
and then we'll pick this up tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
We have concluded our broadcast schedule for today. Good night.